Hello everyone, this is Emerald Lupin, and this is a bit of a different video, but it's important and I felt the need to share. A while back, I discovered a video by Scoped Pixels, and it was really helpful because it detailed how to use a capture card to record footage, but not where you wouldn't need to use sync offset or anything to get the audio synced up. And that was a major problem working with the Elgato when using OBS. This is specifically how to make capture cards work with OBS. But Elgato, I know, is known for having problems working with OBS. And I couldn't figure it out until I got this method. I put a link in the description. So this is not my method. But it is an effective method. It is an absolutely effective method. However, there are a few interesting little details that I discovered when testing it myself, and I wanted to share them and kind of build on Scope Pixel's, his discoveries on how to make this work. Now, if you watch his video, and you should, pause this video, watch the first video, then you will know the way to get the capture card to work is to go into sounds. Now, you don't need to go in. He went into the control panel. You don't need to do that. All you really need to do is go to the speaker icon on the desktop, right click, go to sounds, and then, you need to have the capture card plugged in to your computer first. There are other manuals to show you where to attach the different cables, but essentially if you're using a capture card, here's the way I have mine set up. I have a small TV that I use for recording, so the capture card is plugged into the TV at one end, the PS4 at another end, and then there's a third slot that you plug into the laptop. Now, the TV that I have won't actually get a signal. It won't show the content of the PS4 when it's on until the capture card is plugged into my laptop. So you may have the same situation. So first you need to make sure that the laptop is plugged into the capture card. Okay. Then you go to sounds, and then when you go to recording, the recording tab, you will see the capture card device. You go to properties, then you go to the listen tab, and the trick is to click the box that says listen to device and press apply. And what that, according to Scope Pixels, fixes the issue with Desync. Now, what that actually does, what I saw, what you will probably see, is that by using the listen to device setting, by applying that, the sound from the PS4 is pumped through your laptop. Okay? Now, this actually has advantages because I can use my headphones for the game sound, and it also makes sure that my microphone does not pick up game sound. So that's a double plus. I mean, it solved both the problem of the microphone picking up the game sounds and the desync problem. However, one little detail you should know. You must, every time you plug in the capture card, you are going to have to reset this setting. I mean, you'll have to go back into devices, sounds, the properties for the capture card, recording tab, and you will have to, the box will still be checked, but it won't be working, at least in my experience, every time you plug the laptop in. So you're going to have to press apply. You're going to have to uncheck the box, press apply, then check the box again and press apply, and make sure that it's working first. Okay, you're going to have to do that every time. That's not really a big deal, but here is the big deal. Every time you do this, you must, I cannot emphasize that enough, do this before opening OBS. Before. You're thinking, well, what difference does it make? It makes a big difference, actually. I had a recording session once where I had OBS open, and then I went into all this stuff. And then I did the whole listen to device thing, and the sound was pumping through the computer, and it was going into my headphones just fine. And the meters were running in OBS. The game sound, the meter was bouncing up and down just fine. But when I went to check the work after I was done recording, guess what happened? There was no game sound on the recording for the first 2 hours. After that, after the first 2 hours, then the game sound suddenly kicked in all on its own. But I had to redo 2 hours worth of footage. I had to replay the whole game up to that point because I had saved over where I had stopped before that recording session. Okay? And I think that's just a little hiccup in the way it works. I can't explain why that happens, but it happened. So if you use this method, and you should because it works, you must fix this setting. You must fix listen to device before opening OBS. If you don't do this, you'll probably encounter the same problem that I do. And I have been making sure to do listen to device before opening OBS every time since then, and I have not had a problem. Okay, so make sure that you do that. Also, when I do this, as a little extra note, I make sure to mute the desktop sound in OBS, just as an extra precaution to make sure there aren't any extra noises in the recording, and there haven't been. I've had a few notifications on my laptop. They have not made any noises on the recording, so make sure you do that too. But you must make sure to do this before opening OBS every time. Otherwise, you're going to lose the game sound. It's going to still be in your headphones. It's going to look like it's recording, but it will not actually record for a while. I don't know why. And then it'll suddenly kick in, and then you'll have nothing. Okay? So that's my extra advice to anybody that has watched that video, or to anybody trying to figure out how to get Elgato to work, because it is extremely frustrating. I spent weeks trying to get it to work, and this is the only method I know that has actually worked for me. So you should use it. Check out Scope Pixel's video. Give it a like. Thank him for his hard work. And also remember my advice as well on trying to get this to work. Because for a budding YouTuber, it's really important to get this stuff to work right. So that's all I had to say. I hope this helps you guys. Thank you and goodbye.